So I think the goal today is just to really kick off and give you guys an introduction about the changes that we've made to both the delivery and functionality of the Align report. I know I'm really excited to walk you through it, the new way you'll access it, and then the new tools that will be available to make sure that you get the most out of it. Just a quick caveat before we jump in. So moving forward, you're going to need to log in to your portal to access the Align report. If you haven't logged in yet, earlier on this week, we did send you out a link so you could go in and select a new password and then log in. If you either did not get that email or you missed it somehow, or you had challenges logging in, please feel free to reach out to either Dana, Mick, or Ben, or myself. We'll be happy to make sure that we resend that email off to you so we can help you get set up and get access to the Align portal. So I'm going to share my screen. We'll jump into just a couple slides as an overview, and then we'll jump right on into the actual portal and show you some cool new filters and features that you'll have access to, as well as some use cases for the reporting that I would recommend. Okay, so essentially, for those who are new or just don't know a lot about the Align report, it's a real-time market intelligence report of benefit buyer job movement. So we track all the benefits insurance decision-making executives, both on the benefit side as well as the P&C side in every state. And then we provide up-to-date reporting to really help you with both prospecting and retention. We track over 30 different job titles and then provide you access so you can stay informed of changes that are occurring. That could either be potential new opportunities for growth or concern for potential churn due to some leadership promotions or changes. The data is updated and live on the 10th and 25th of the month for each reporting period. So what's changing? Really what's changing is all things for the better and to just give you better functionality and greater access. So the reports, instead of being emailed to you, are going to be released in the portal. So the Excel files that we used to send will no longer be sent, but you will get an email twice a month on the 10th and the 25th with the updated link to your portal, letting you know that the data is refreshed and ready for you to access. And so you'll receive that email. It'll have a hyperlink for you to log in, and then the new data set will be there for you to access and then use. If you want to access to the new portal, you can either go to employeradvisor.com and then log in, or you can go to employeradvisor.com/align and then log in there as well. Again, if you need help logging in, please feel free to contact Dana, Mick, Ben, or myself. We're more than happy to help make sure you get logged in, set up, and using the tools. So before we jump into the portal, I just wanted to let everyone here know the reason why we made this change from sending you Excel files to now offering this insights into the portal. And the reason is really just to provide greater functionality and ease to allow you to really drill into what matters most to you, whether that's specific company sizes, industries, certain executives or titles. We just want to make it easier for you to segment and focus on what is most important. And so if you have any questions as we go along, and I'm going to kick over to the actual portal now, feel free to type in real time, and then I can jump into the reports and show you any things that you'd like to learn more about. So I'm going to jump out of here and then move on over to our portal. Great. So when you all log in, what you're going to see once you get into the Align segment is this page here. You'll see a table with the data and information here. You will see your filters kind of in this middle column. And then down this left, you'll see a blue ribbon with navigation access. I like to minimize this by hitting the 3 lines here, so I have more room to filter and see my tables. So there's a couple things just to note out of the gates. One, you have the ability to toggle on or off certain field filters. So whether or not you want them to show, you can format your table to show whatever columns that you'd like. The other really nice to have is the ability to either make the table larger or smaller, depending upon the way you like to view it. I like mine compact. I want to see more data in the table. But if I forgot my reading glasses, I might want to put this on comfortable mode. But you certainly have the access to personalize this however you'd like. Moving on from there, we'll jump into the actual filters and what's really the functionality that's changed with the tool. So first things first, if you have access or you partner with us in multiple states, you will have access to multiple states here. If you don't, you'll just have the one access, and that's what's already going to be showing in this table. If you have multiple states access, all of those will be showing in this table. So what you want to do is just select your state if you have multiple state access. And then what you also need to do is select your reporting period. When you log in and go to the table here, it will show you the last 90 days. If you only want to see the most recent report or recent month, you can select those, and dynamically the table will refresh and update. So here is the base report of what we previously sent you twice per month. Now, if this is all you want and you say, I just want things the way they used to be, I liked it that way, I like my Excel file, that's great. You can come in and select your state, your reporting period, and you can export this or print this and just download this as a CSV or print this out. However you'd like to proceed from there, you can certainly do that. But if you want to get the most out of it, there's some filters here and functionality that we've added to help you do just that. So we already went over reporting state. We also have a company size filter. So you can start clicking into specific company sizes. And as you see, the table updates dynamically as you pick certain company sizes. You can pick one size, you can pick many sizes. And then the table obviously updates. Clear that out. Aside from company size, you also have access to role type. And so CEOs, obviously that's self-explanatory. We also show the role type of finance, which would have your CFOs, controllers, finance related roles. We have HR roles, and then we have other, which is your risk management roles, as well as operations roles, such as COOs, directors of operations. We also have the ability for you to segment whether it was a promotion or not. You can select their new industry, and this is a drop-down field that has full access to all the different industries from the job changes that are occurring. And as you click on these, they update dynamically as well inside of the table. Moving on from there, we have HQ state, prior company's HQ state, the person's location, and this is a free text field. So if I'm in Georgia and I only want to see people who are located in Atlanta, I can type that in here, and then the data will update there as well. And then we have full name, new title, and you can search for things such as HR, director, VP, CFO. Again, the table will obviously update and reflect that information that we've select. We have new company HQ, prior company title, and then prior company HQ. So now that you see the fields and filters you have, what I was going to do next is just jump into some use cases, some different ways that you can filter this information to drill down to things that you're going to want to search for, or things that could be opportunities or risks for you. One of the first things that I really like to do, and I think is really cool, is the ability to understand whether or not people are being promoted or switching jobs. So let's say, for instance, we're in Georgia, we're in the reporting period of June here. I want to see people who are in HR roles who were promoted during this time period. So we're going to go to role type and select HR, and then we'll go to promotion and we'll select yes. So now I have a list of people in HR roles in Georgia over the month of June who received promotions. And let's say you're the nicest broker or nicest person in the world, you want to reach out to all these people and congratulate them, you can certainly do that. What you can also do is say, hey, like, I don't care about people who are at companies with 10,000 lives and receive promotions. I only care about people in the 200 to 500 range. Well, you can go in there and update that dynamically as well. So you have the ability to really segment this based upon what you want to see and what you want to use. The other cool part about that is now we have all the promotions from HR people for June. We can export this report, and then we call it HR Promotions Georgia June. What we could then can do is now say you don't want the HR folks, you also want to contact and congratulate all the CFOs or all the CEOs. You can do that as simply as clearing out that HR role type, adding in finance, and now you have CFOs, controllers, etc. You can do the same exact thing with CEOs, with operations, but now you have the ability to segment promotions and then reach out to these people based upon that activity that's happened. Let's say you don't want people who've been promoted. Let's say you want to reach out to people who are in new roles within your state. Well, we can just hit no here. And now you have all the people in HR related roles who have switched jobs into a new company within the state. And again, you can start to now dig into industry. You can dig into company sizes, and a bunch of different others. And then you can pull this report, and now you can select job changes to
Georgia. And so you can run different cuts of data for different activities. Obviously, people who've been promoted get a different email than people who just got a new job, but they're all nonetheless opportunities that you can segment and then run separate data cuts and then download those data cuts and then take activities based upon those. So that's kind of one use of the functionality that I really like. We'll clear that out and then we'll just some other things that you can utilize as a for instance. So we'll go back in and we'll select our state again, just for a sample. We'll select our reporting period. I'd like to check June. Here we go. Sorry, my computer's running a little slow here. And then let's say you want to do retention-based searches. So twice a month when this report comes out, say you want to bounce your top 10 or top 20 revenue generating employer customers on this list and see if any movement had happened at those customers. So we can do two things. One, we can go to new companies. So let's say I have an employer that I work with, they're Pyramid Consulting, and I want to see if they got any new hires and any key roles. Well, we can use this filter here and we can start typing in Pyramid. And you can see I've only typed in PYR and both of these companies have popped up. So I can see that the Pyramid that I want, Pyramid Global Hospital, they just got a new controller, and that would be something that's worthwhile for me to kind of understand. You can also do this from previous companies. So there we looked at people who are new in companies that are clients of mine, but we can also look at people who left, see if anyone left any current clients of mine. We can do that by going to prior company. So let's say Ream here is an employer and customer of mine, and I want to see if they've lost any key executives over the last 30 days. I can go there. I can see that Ream just lost Dale Fields, who is now the CEO at JMA Tech, who has between 50 and 200 employees in Atlanta. So if Dale was my buyer at Ream, the previous company, and we have a great relationship, and now he's the new CEO at a new company, that's certainly an opportunity at his new company. But now it's also a concern at the old company because I need to, figure out a new relationship there and make sure that I'm squared away. So you can utilize this both searching new companies, previous companies. You can utilize it to identify job changes, promotions. There's a lot of great uses. And here's just some of the ones that I wanted to highlight and show you. Does anyone have any questions about navigation, fields, filters, capabilities on this side? Okay. If you have any questions, just feel free to add those into the question box, or you can email any of us after the session. The other thing that I wanted to show you all is the ability to understand the job openings. So as most of you probably know, within the Excel file, there's a tab for job changes and then job openings. And then we have separate capabilities for both of those. There's a lot of really cool things that you can do on the job openings report side. It has the same filters and functionality for the most part as the job changers. And some things that I'd like to do, or that I like to utilize this for, is just understanding which companies or potential prospect or current clients of mine who have job openings. So let's say, for instance, we want to search in Georgia. Again, we have to pick the company state. And then we're going to do the reporting period for just the most recent.
reporting period, which would be June 15th through the 30th. And then let's start searching for company names. So we'll go to company, and let's say my client is Arnold, Golden, and Gregory law firm. Let's say that they were a previous client of mine. They churned me last year. Now they're actually looking to hire a benefits manager. And that benefits manager was the key person for the reason why we lost the case. Well, you now know that they're hiring for that role. So that could be a potential opportunity to get that business back. Or if you know someone who'd be a good fit for that role, you could recommend them. And obviously having friendly people at companies that certainly is a foot in the door. But it's really good to stay on top of any executive leader openings that are benefits or insurance decision-making within companies within your market. And you can search by company name. You can start digging into company size. You can look by location. But here you have the ability to run different data cuts to understand potential job openings that are happening within your market. Some other things that you can also do with the table is you can expand fields. So like I see here, Chief Human Resource Officer, you can expand that if there's certain fields that you want to see bigger or smaller. And again, the same functionality applies here where you can change columns, you can change density, and then you can export the data cuts that you're running. So those are the main things that we really wanted to show. We wanted to kind of run you through the tool, how to access it, when it's available, the different fields and filters that you have access to, and then some simple just use cases for different data cuts that you could run and export for yourselves. If there aren't any questions, we could certainly give you guys some time back in your Friday. We really appreciate you taking a moment to join us today. And we really appreciate your partnership in your business. If there are any questions that come up, please feel free to reach out to anyone here on the slide in front of you, including myself. We really appreciate you joining, and have a great Friday and a great weekend. Thank you all so much.